I really don't know what I would do if I didn't have some work that I had to get to.
Hello, hello, hello. This is Shirley Crawford, the owner of Second Chance Consulting and the executive director of the Women's Business Center, RVA, located here at 1510 Willow Lawn Drive, directly across the street from the Kroger at Willow Lawn. Welcome to another episode of WorkHardAholics. And so, for those of you who are just arriving, it's your first time visiting, welcome, one and all. Bienvenido. We are glad to have you. And if you're wondering what exactly is a workaholic, well, let me tell you, because you won't yet. Anyway, find this term in the dictionary. A workaholic is someone who is always doing something. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. You're home again, amongst those who fully understand that sometimes you just want to get some work done. Nothing wrong with that. We welcome you here. Well, today we're going to talk about a few things really centered around customer service is what I would say. So we're going to start off with our word for the day, or I should say word for the week, but I'd much rather say word for the day. And it's hubris, Hubris. And it basically means excessive pride or self-confidence. And part of the reason why the word even came up for me today is because I was having a conversation with someone and we were disagreeing. And the more we clarified, I realized that there was some excessive pride about, oh, well, I know what I'm talking about. And when we came down to it, because I'm always saying, what do you mean when you say this word? See, that's why words are important. So we had this, I don't know, couple of hour-long conversation only to realize that we basically agreed with one another. Basically, there was a big rift in between, but that my biggest concern was because of a word that was used, and I was like, well, if you're saying that, then I don't, yeah, but there was this whole level of, well, I'm right, and that's what it is. And they were right in some other things, but the stick in my craw, whatever a craw is, see, maybe next time we'll figure that out, was based all around the understanding of the word. Oftentimes you hear hubris, it's normally used in conjunction with, younger people. Hubris of the young. Because when you're 20-something, you think you know everything. And you go back and you correct your parents about all the things they've told you. And then when you get in your 30s and you start having kids, or 40s, and you start going, oh, my parents were right. Yeah, that's life. That's why it's often associated with youth. In this case, I've been thinking about it a lot with the terms of work and the things that you do, because we assume that as subject matter experts, we know it all, and you never know it all, and things are constantly changing, which in part takes me to my time tool technique. Because one of the things that happens is that you think you remember, you think you know what you're doing, you're exercising some hubris in one way, shape, form, or another. And so you're missing out on details, you're missing out on information, you're missing out on some vital pieces that should be happening, especially when it comes to your business, probably when it comes to even your employment with others. So my time tool technique for you today, not quite an alliteration, but hey, close enough. It's an intake spreadsheet. And so all this is, you can create it whatever you like. You can use Excel, you can use numbers, you can probably find one that exists. And you're basically, if you're like I am, I have a list of each person that comes into the office. You come in for a tour, you come in for a meeting, I list your contact information, some notes about why you came, and then I list what the follow-up steps should be. Should I be calling you back? Should I be emailing you? Should we send you a Christmas card? Which, do you all send out Christmas cards? It's coming if you do. It's that kind of a thing. And so this helps you in your customer service, because then you're going to follow up and you're going to know where people are and you're going to remember who they are, and you're going to possibly, your intake form could say, follow them on Facebook, follow them on Twitter. So this could become a part of your process. On that note, because if you don't know, it costs 5 times more 5 times more to acquire a new customer than it does to maintain a customer. So there's actually an equation for it. But before I tell you the equation, I want to share our book it moment. So for our book it moment, I told you I'm all on the theme of customer service. This one's called Clued In. It's by Philip Kotler. How to keep customers coming back again and again. So we're talking about different tools and techniques and things that you can do to keep your customers happy and keep maintaining them as ambassadors rather than having to pay the high cost of acquiring new customers. Keep the ones you got already. Duh. All right. And so there's actually an equation. That's the customer acquisition cost formula. And so it's really very simple. So all you do is you calculate how many marketing dollars you had to spend divided by how many customers you received during a time period. So they always like to give the easy math. So if you spent $100 over a month if you spend $100 and you acquired 100 customers over a year, you basically spent $1 per customer to acquire them. It is never $1. It is always much higher. And it basically shows you that really it only costs you 5 times more to acquire than to maintain. So all that money you spend in marketing, the fact that you have to reach out to 10 people just to get one to even open your email, all those other statistics all feed into that. So with that in mind, I want to share a lovely example, once again back into that customer retention, and even with hubris, right? Because we assume that we know how to maintain our customers. We assume that we know what makes them happy. We assume that we know what to do. And I was very impressed recently, and so I'm sharing with Cookout. Yes, Cookout, the fast food place based on the farm that's in North Carolina. I'm pretty sure it's a family farm in North Carolina. And so I went to Cookout because normally the food is fresh. It comes from their farm. And customer service is fine, whatever. And so I ordered my food. I got it. Great. I opened it and it was wrong. My order was wrong. And I didn't have time to go back. And so I called because I'm that person, right? I paid my money. I should get what I wanted. And I was ready to have the whole conversation and debate. Like, people act like you're trying to steal and you don't really mean what you say, and that didn't really happen. And these days, customers have to justify rather than have the relationship of knowing that the vendor wants to keep you, and therefore they're doing what they can to maintain that relationship. So I called the number, and they were immediate with it. They were like, "We're really sorry to hear that. We'll send you a coupon for, a free tray. It's their combo if you don't go there." And so today in the mail, I got this letter, and I got a coupon. See, that's me. It even has my name on it, which I thought was interesting, for a free tray at Cookout. So kudos to Cookout, because in a day and age where there are, especially in food, so many people who are popping up, these little touches make a big difference. So when we're talking about being, clued in, and even the intake spreadsheet so that you can keep track of your customers or the people that you're working with, and not exercising hubris, but being aware that customer service is still important. Customer service needs to be alive and well, but in a lot of places it's lacking. And so let that not be you. Exercise great customer service at all times. Answer the phone with a smile. Be the wonderful, happy entrepreneur that you can be, and give your best first and foremost. And my favorite thing is to say, under promise and over deliver. That's my motto. Under promise and over deliver. Okay, well, that's been another episode of WorkHardAholics. I'm about to get out of the office because the Richmond Folk Festival is still happening. And of course, that's part of my play harder moment. I went last night for a little while. This morning I had a rehearsal. Then I came in here to the office because we had a couple of events that were happening here. Now I'm going to go to the folk festival. Then I'm going to go home and finish up a website that I should have done yesterday. Sorry if you're watching this. I will have it done today. And then I'll continue on. So, as always, live better, do better, be better, and happy entrepreneuring. Ta-ta!
Because I really don't know what I would do if I didn't have some work that I had to get to. Da-da-da-da-da-da.